What is going on, everyone? It's Nero again, here for you, some Call of Duty Ghosts today, playing a little bit of Domination here on the map Sovereign. We're actually playing on the Xbox One. You can tell by the fancier graphics and the colors, it definitely seem to pop a little bit more, and it's pretty good gameplay. It's by far not my best gameplay. I don't do exceptional during this video. It is one of those games where I'm playing with one friend. That one friend has not played the Xbox One yet, so that one friend's not exactly helpful. And my teammates aren't exactly helpful, so it's a pretty close game. It's a really close game. It gets kind of panicky towards the end, and hell, it was panicky throughout the whole freaking gameplay. But hopefully you guys can all enjoy it. I don't know, I don't do amazing every game, and I guess this video will show that. But welcome to this week's episode of Dear Nero. It's a weekly series here on my channel where you guys send me in fan mail and or fan questions. The goal of this video is to answer questions for you guys that you guys may be wondering my thoughts, my opinions on, or just things you want to know about me. And I promised last week we'd do a slightly longer episode, and we're going to be doing that. So I got my water. It's right here. Water is delicious. I love it. And that way I do not get faint of breath or anything like that while doing this video. And we're going to hop around this with the first question. He writes, Dear Nero, if you could travel to a destination and year of your choosing one day, where would you go and what would you do? Sincerely, Brent from California. Well, Brent from California, there's not a whole lot of places in this world that I'd want to head to, because it's quite possibly I could actually go where I wanted to go. But if I could choose like a period of history, for some reason, I think I'd want to go see different parts of World War II, because World War II to me is a very interesting period of time. And I think I would like to go see Stalingrad. Thing is, Stalingrad was a very dangerous place during World War II, especially during the big conflict between the Germans and the Russians, and when the city was actually under siege. I think I'd want to be there for that particular time, because something like that would just be insane. Stalingrad was one of the more interesting parts of World War II, in my opinion, so I'd probably want to go check that out. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, I was wondering which two teams you think are going to meet up at the Super Bowl this year. A simple reply would be great. Zaya from Colorado. So, the Super Bowl this year. So, initially, I predicted it was going to be Saints-Patriots at the beginning of the season. A couple things have changed. One, the Kansas City Chiefs, they went wild and they started off 9-0. We had Denver Broncos with Peyton Manning, who are just like having the most crazy offense in like the history of the NFL. Peyton has more passing yards through 12 or 13 games, or how many games have been played, than any other quarterback in NFL history. And the Patriots themselves are 9-3. They're doing just fine, and they beat the Denver Broncos. I think that's the only loss the Broncos have gotten as well, so that's a thing. The Saints are doing crazy good, just like usual, and the Seahawks are doing even better. And in fact, just this past Monday night, basically just dominated the Saints. So initially, I thought it was going to be Patriots-Saints. I'm not really going to change it around too much. I'm going to say it's going to be Patriots-Seahawks, because Seahawks dominated the Saints this week. And some people think Peyton Manning and the Broncos are like the greatest God's gift of football. You know, they can do no wrong. Well, here's something they can do wrong. Peyton Manning can't beat Tom Brady. Never has, never will. I mean, hell, he did just this year. He choked. He had like 70 passing yards in the second half when they faced the Patriots. Like, he just chokes for whatever reason against the Patriots and against Tom Brady. He just can't do it. And it's obvious to me and so everybody else that the Seattle Seahawks are probably the best team in the NFC by far, because they, especially at home. Now, if they don't have that home field advantage, we'll have to see, but they have a great defense, a great run game, and a really good quarterback in Russell Wilson. I'm definitely going to go with Patriots Seahawks in the Super Bowl. If I had to pick a winner, I might give it to the Seahawks. They're really, really good. Next question, he writes, Dear Nero, you are my favorite YouTuber, and I am a Call of Duty guy. I currently play on a PlayStation 3, and I am level 50 in Call of Duty Ghost. I know Activision is nicer to the Xbox. Also, I like the controller on the Xbox and the user interface. My question is, what are the pluses of owning an Xbox One, and what are the negatives of getting an Xbox One? Is it worth getting if you're primarily a Call of Duty player? Thank you for your videos. Keep up the great work, Connor from Virginia. Well, Connor, work on your grammaticals. I had to fix a lot of that for you. But I like this question because it was the only one sent in that was similar to this idea that I'm about to say, and that is should you buy the Xbox One if you're a COD player? And like mainly strictly a COD player. You know, there's no other questions that were sent to me that were like this. This was Connor's. Connor misspelled a lot of things. Connor had a couple grammatical errors in there, but it's okay because Connor, I want to answer this question for you. I want to answer this question for everybody else. Before I get into that, it's YouTube and we're on the internet and like you type a lot. You know, correct spelling and correct punctuation and good grammar and stuff. It's not really that hard to do. More people should do it, especially in the comment section. Okay, so Call of Duty Ghosts on the Xbox One. Should you buy it? Well, no, you shouldn't at all. Because a couple things of COD Ghost and the Xbox One. So, Call of Duty to me has always been a game that kind of like revolves around the UAV, right? And this is going to tie into another question later on. I'll still answer it later on. But it kind of ties into that, right? The UAV lets you know where people are at. You work your way up to a Blackbird, know where people are at. You dominate people. You take them out. Can't do that here within COD Ghosts unless you have every single person on your team running a SATCOM. In which case, you need to go find 9 people or 6 people or what game mode you're playing to be able to all run SATCOMs. You know, you just playing with random people. They're not going to run SATCOMs. They're going to run wherever it is they want to run. You know, it's like UAVs aren't a thing. They aren't. And so I replaced the UAVs with sound. The sound in this game is really good. I could hear somebody freaking 50 feet away. Whatever. You come near me, I can hear you. And that's how COD Ghosts worked. And the sound was the equivalent of that UAV. Well, the Xbox One headsets, now it really depends on what kind of headset you have. But right now they do not have Dolby. And that's what a lot of headsets run on. For example, I have the Dolby Digital, is this 5.1? I think it's 5, I can't tell. Either way, I have the Triton AX 720 Pros. No, Triton AX Pros. And they don't work. They have an optical cable. I put in the optical cable port in the back of the Xbox One. The audio just doesn't work. It comes through stereo. I might as well be quite literally my $100 whatever headset I'm wearing right here. I can't use it on the Xbox One. I might as well honestly use a pair of earbuds because I'll get the exact same audio quality. It comes in stereo. Sound is not a factor. You can't hear people. You can't hear where people are coming from. You can't do it. And your teammates, you know, Call of Duty so right now we have Call of Duty with no UAV and no sound. How about we throw in no teammates either? So I hop on this game, Call of Duty Ghosts on the Xbox One. And while I like the game, while I like the graphics, I like the game as a whole, I don't like it on the Xbox One so far. Because one, no UAV. That was something that I hated about the game when I first started getting it. And it's something I still hate today, but I countered it by being able to hear people. Well, since I can't do that, I have no UAV, no sound, so I'm just getting shot in the back constantly, and I have no teammates to help me out because none of my friends have the Xbox One, and I'm sure that is going to be the same situation for you, Connor from Virginia, and you, person watching this video who's contemplating getting an Xbox One. You're not going to have any friends because none of your friends have it yet. I mean, sure, get the Xbox One if all your friends have the Xbox One, I guess. Yeah, do that. If you're the only one of your friends that's looking right now to make the upgrade to next gen and none of your other friends are doing it, don't do it. You'll be there with no UAV, no sound, and no teammates. It's not really fun. It's really not fun. I started adding like all my subscribers off of Twitter to my Xbox One friends list. We're going to try that out some night here. I went and accepted a bunch of those friend requests last night. And one of these nights I'll hop on and we will go ahead and we'll play a bunch of COD Ghosts together. We'll probably run some Ground War. What I like about Ground War is I can get 8 subscribers all in the same party. And we can all just run around and have fun. And another thing about the audio. This is shitty right here. I don't know why it even got off the assembly line this way. But there are preferences, right, that you can have on the Xbox 360 with your audio. If you set your preference to play audio through headset, it only plays through your headset, and that's a fine thing. There's also it sets it so it plays through your TV and your headset. Now, when you play through your TV and your headset, that changes a few things, and that makes it so when you're recording your gameplay, that their voices come through. And if you want that, that's fine. But on the Xbox One, their voices always come through, no matter what. And since it's stereo, their voices are linked with the audio. Their voices are linked with the audio. So let's say you're playing Search and Rescue, right? Search and Rescue's game mode is really heavily dependent on sound and being able to hear people, right? Search and Rescue, Search and Destroy, because that's back now. You try turning up the game audio a little bit, and all you hear is your freaking people in the game or people in your party. Because their voices are linked with it. Like I was in a party chat with the best, who is A friend of mine, he's not really that good at the Xbox One yet, but he was in this game here. You're watching on Sovereign, and he has a very deep voice. Like, I'm trying to turn on my headset or something, I'm tired of getting shot in the back and stuff, and all you hear is him. I mean, you turn it up so loud you can start hearing that person breathe, because everyone in the world uses their Kinect as a microphone because the other microphone thing is stupid and sucks. The Xbox One, it's not ready. It just really isn't ready if you're a COD player. If you're not a COD player, though, it's great. If you're a single player person, it's great. I'm gonna make a whole video on that probably in the future, but yeah, it's a great system if you're not a Call of Duty player. Call of Duty player sucks. Okay, next question. He writes, Dear Nero, I heard that there would be 4 DLC weapons in the Call of Duty Ghost, and if you have any 4, what would they be and why? Daniel Snyder from Cleveland, Ohio. Mr. Daniel from Cleveland, Ohio. So, 4 DLC weapons. Now he listed off in the message his DLC weapons. He would like the Intervention and the Spaz and the AUG, all from Modern Warfare 2, and then possibly either the UMP-45 or the AK-74U as DLC weapons. So I'm going to take your question as in what DLC weapons from previous games would I like to see, not new, completely different weapons, such as like when the Peacekeeper came in for Black Ops 2 as a completely new weapon, or maybe name weapons from other games like Battlefield 4 that I would like to see in COD Ghost. I don't know. I don't pay much attention to Battlefield 4. I have it. I even bought it on the Xbox One. I'm yet to play it. But what guns would I like from previous COD? So I'd like the COD 4 M16 to come back. That was a fantastic one. I think I would like the World at War Mosin Nagant sniper rifle, and I'd like the World at War Thompson submachine gun. So we got the Thompson submachine gun, the Mosin, or Mosin, however you want to pronounce it. The M16 from COD 4, and it's tough. What gun? So there's a couple parts of me here. So I really like the R8. Yeah, I'll say R870 from Black Ops 2. That gun was my baby. It was my most used gun, and I got so many good clips with it and so many good streaks. And everyone's like, "Oh, that gun's OP. That gun's OP. Shotgun OP." And yet, all the people that claim that could never do anything good with that shotgun. They had like I would check their stats, and they'd be awful with it. And it's like, how is it OP? You suck with it. Oh, Wildcat was the biggest offender of that rule to me. He'd always claimed it to be OP. Yeah, he had like a .7 KD with the gun. I'm like, yeah, it's real OP, isn't it? Either way, those would be the guns I'd bring back. It'd be the COD 4 M16, the World at War Thompson submachine gun and Mosin sniper rifle, and the R870 shotgun from Black Ops 2, because I really like that gun. It was really good. I had lots of fun with it. And we're going to transition over here to some Madden gameplay, actually, because I promised this week's episode would be a little bit longer. Now, this Madden gameplay is not exceptional. I'm not that great at it yet. I'm just re-picking up Madden. Like, I played it a lot when it first came out, stopped playing it completely, and now the Xbox One came out, I'm playing it. Like I said earlier, if you're looking to get an Xbox One, you're a single-player guy, like sports games, I don't know, just RPG games or whatever, the Xbox One's fantastic. The achievement system, the gamer score, it's all great. The graphics are great. I'll talk about that in another video. But yeah, sports games, I'm loving them on next gen. So good. So good. Next question. He writes, Dear Nero, I know you've done a smoking update before, but it's been a pretty long time since then. And you may not remember me, but my name is Nate, and I used to hang out with your little brother all the time. And we'd be over at your house when we were youngins, around 9 or so. Anyway, I'm just curious to see how you're doing with the whole quitting smoking thing. It would be great to hear back from you, Nate from Pennsylvania. So one moment. I can feel my mouth getting dry. All this talking, need water. So this guy is true. His name's Nate from Pennsylvania, and I actually know this guy. I'm not gonna say his last name. I know this guy though. He's about as old as my brother, so he's probably about 16 or 17 right now. And he moved away probably when my brother was 9 or 10ish, somewhere in there. But he's wondering, about smoking updates. Some of you guys may as well. If you guys weren't aware, I quit smoking cigarettes. Would have been 4 or 5 months ago. I honestly don't keep track anymore. But yeah, I still haven't smoked, and still fine. Once you get past a certain point, it's really not that hard to stop smoking. There's a lot of people in my life that do smoke, and I still don't have the urge to go back, because I just remember how shitty smoking is. And when it sounds like you're advocating it, but when you first start smoking, it's fun. It really, really is. And then after a little bit, it becomes less fun. Then after a little bit after that, it just becomes not fun at all. But you can't stop doing it, or at least you don't think you can stop doing it. And it's an awful thing. Just don't ever start. Don't ever start. You feel like such shit. And I'm sure you guys hear it all the time. And I know what I'm saying doesn't really mean a lot to a lot of you who are like in middle school or early high school. You're not going to listen to me because I didn't listen. I wouldn't have listened to me at your age either. You're not going to listen to me. You're going to start smoking and it's going to be stupid. You're going to wish. You're going to think back. Well, you probably won't think back, but you should think back to this video when good old NerosCinema on YouTube told you it's straight from the horse's mouth. It sucks. It's not fun to smoke. But you're probably still going to do it. So I can't really stop you there. But either way, yeah, man, I haven't smoked in probably 5 months. And doing well. Doing well. Good hearing from you, Nate. It's been a long time. Next question. He writes, Dear Nero, I love your videos. I've been here since Modern Warfare 3 and have loved every video since then. Now for the question, where do you think YouTube is going to be in 5 years? And do you think it will be easy to start a channel? From Not a Cowboy from Texas. So this guy's from Texas and he wants to lay it down there that he is not a cowboy. But why not? It'd be fun to be a cowboy. You hear that song, I should have been a cowboy. That's I don't know, it's a song I remember. Okay, so where do I think YouTube is going to be in 5 years? I think it's going to be roughly the same. We're going to have a different channel layout because I like to change that every few years for whatever stupid reason. And other than that, I don't know. I'd like to see some changes. Now where I actually see YouTube is probably not changing a lot at all. They'll probably change around the website a bit. Like, as recently that stupid Google Plus thing came and they made the like bar blue instead of red and green. What other things did they do lately? I don't know. Not real recently, but they changed the channel layouts not too long ago. They've done a lot of things. I don't know. YouTube itself is going to be around for a while. I really do think it's going to be around for a while. This is Google we're talking about here. People say like, hey, how long can you expect a website to be around? I expect a website owned by Google to be around a pretty long time. Now this Google Plus stuff, a lot of people are saying, oh, it's going to kill YouTube. It's not killing it by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, people have adapted to it pretty quickly, and people aren't really. Of course, they're not using Google Plus because who uses Google Plus? But these people are actually taking the time to, link their account with Google Plus. They can write comments, and people have stopped doing this is Bob. Bob's starting an army. Bob's gonna bring back the old YouTube comment system. No, people aren't making those stupid Bob comments because one, I was blocking them from my channel permanently. Bring that bullshit around here. We'll see who wins. This is my house. But no, I wasn't really blocking them. I wasn't removing them, and it's just people are adjusting to it, and that's a good thing. The money people make off YouTube is really good. Ad blocker is kind of hurting that to some extent, as well as mobile devices. Maybe in 5 years, YouTube will actually find a system to track and accurately track the amount of money that they earn from mobile devices and things outside of just your normal PCs, and be able to pay YouTubers what mobile viewers are doing, right? Because right now, if you watch a video on a mobile device, as in like a phone, an app, an Xbox, whatever, tablet, that money just goes straight to YouTube. That for you watching an advertisement, that money goes to YouTube. It doesn't go to the actual YouTuber. The only way it actually goes to the YouTuber is if you watch like on a desktop computer or laptop computer, that kind of thing, like a standard thing, like standard computer, right? And if YouTube were to decide to actually pay YouTubers the advertisement revenue, or at least a percentage of it from those mobile devices, then YouTubers are going to suddenly make about 50% more than we're already making. What we're already making is a good thing, and so YouTube's going to explode. YouTube has no shortage of great content and really good personalities on there, and it's going to be too hard to kill something like that. People say like, oh, well, MySpace died. MySpace was this giant thing. Everyone used MySpace, and they just randomly all switched over to Facebook. Well, here's the thing. Here's why I also think about that. If a new website were to show up and they were to try and pass YouTube, they would have to do everything YouTube does. You can't have this new. Let's call it. I don't know. NeroTube, right? We have a new website called NeroTube, exactly like YouTube. Just gonna take it over, similar to what Facebook and MySpace did. Well, NeroTube is gonna have to pay partners. They're gonna have to pay partnerships and pay the ad revenue and put ads on videos and create networks and do everything that YouTube's doing. Otherwise, you're not going to have me over there. You're not going to have any of your favorite commentators over there. You're not going to have any YouTuber ever over there. Anyone that's partnered is not going to say, yeah, well, this whole partnership on YouTube's kind of great, but I'm going to go over to this new website where they don't pay me. Right? YouTube's going to be tough to kill. So YouTube itself is probably about roughly the same thing in about 5 years or so, I'd honestly say. And I hopefully will still be here making videos 5 years from now. Next question, and final question. He writes, Dear Nero, Call of Duty Ghosts is not like previous Call of Duties where UAV would be running nearly all the time. And I have strongly disliked this since getting this game. But what do you think about it now? Have you found some way to alleviate this, and if so, how? So the question is, there's no UAV in this game. This guy doesn't like it. He knows I don't like it. And how have I found? If I found a way to alleviate the fact there's no UAV, and there's two things you can do. One, always have a full party with everybody running SATCOMs and everyone throwing them down at the exact same time, so you can actually get a UAV effect, which is just so stupid and silly. A couple other things you could do. You could run like wiretap, which goes ahead and it uses the enemy team SATCOMs in conjunction with your own team SATCOMs, that you yourself might have more UAV. And I think that's all just silly. And I think there should just be a goddamn UAV in the game. But since there isn't, like I said earlier, you use sound. Okay, if you don't have a gaming headset, buy a gaming headset. One, you can hear things in Call of Duty. You're not going to get it right away, but you'll get used to it, and you'll be able to hear things. Like, I could hear a guy freaking 50 yards away and tell you what kind of material he's walking on, be it snow, dirt, sheet metal, wood, whatever, climbing a ladder, planting a bomb. I could tell you where these people are at because I've gotten so used to a headset. And two, headsets are just great. And you have a really good surround sound headset. You play a game like Madden, or just any game at all. You know, it puts you into the game. It's great. Love it. So you really need to use the sound, dead silence and amplifier, the two perks you should use. And you can hear these people. You hear what's going on throughout the entire game. But you can't on the Xbox One. I just turned it on. I noticed it was a little bit dusty. You guys probably heard that. I pressed the button and yeah, it turned on. Either way, so that's how you actually go ahead and alleviate the lack of UAV on COD Ghosts. You use sound, but you can't do it on the Xbox One. Hope you guys all enjoyed this week's episode of Dear Nero. If you did, remember to leave a rating where you guys feel the video deserves. And be sure to let me know in the comments if you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys like your question featured on next week's episode of Dear Nero, send me a personal message here on YouTube. Make the title of the message Dear Nero. I apologize if I did not get to your question this week. There are so many questions being sent in as of recently that I just don't even know what to do with myself anymore. But this series goes up every Wednesday. I'd be more than happy to try and answer some more of your questions next week. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Remember to leave a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.
I was banging 7 grand rocks, that's how I roll. I got one gear, go. Are you bipolar?